Okay, well, Meg, thanks for coming back today.
You're welcome.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Something really weird happened.
Okay, since the last time we met?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
what was that?
Well, I went somewhere and wasn't expecting what happened, but I met someone. And you know how I am about love and
Yeah, I know we talked a little bit about that last week. You
Yes.
just have been hurt in the past, and
yes. So you understand that I'm very closed off. Well, we had this date, I guess. It started out something totally different. By the end, he's giving me this flower, and there's this photographer there, and they happen to catch the moment, and so I brought it.
Okay.
And I would like you to see it.
Okay.
So,
so that's Hercules.
His name is Hercules.
Okay.
And I wasn't expecting to meet him, and I'm struggling because I don't believe in the whole love at first sight thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm struggling with it because I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how I am, so
right.
I'm struggling.
Right. Because like I mentioned, we did talk about last time that you have been hurt so many times in the past, and so you're just really afraid to open up and
yes, countless times, had men just show up and sweep me off my feet and promise me these things, and then they disappear and leave me alone, and so I'm very closed off to finding love.
Right.
And
that's
even
very
though
hurtful.
I think I might have found somebody that could be that, but I'm just very closed off.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
Right. So with this date, like you said, did it make you realize that there are maybe some things, with Hercules that you might want to change about the way that you look at relationships and love?
Yeah, because he's different. He's very kind and protecting. I know that he's strong and would take care of me and all of that. So I would like to change my view of love and try to get past the things that I've went through so that I can open myself up to him.
Okay. Yeah. Have you noticed yourself doing that at all with Hercules? Like, is there anything that you've noticed you're already starting to do that's allowing you to open up?
Yeah, there was this moment where I was refusing to, let him get next to me, and he would obviously make these gestures like get a little closer, even kind of like reach for my hand, and I was very like, no, not happening. But then I would find myself, he would say something or do a certain thing, and I'd find myself just like feeling drawn to him, but then I would quickly just, no.
Okay. So you've experienced a little bit about just like, you kind of want to open up, but then you always come back to your past experience.
Yes.
And that's kind of...
And it comes to my mind, like I was feeling like this comfort feeling, like, oh, I like him, but then at the same time, I was like, well, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to feel that hurt, that pain. I guess I'm just afraid, like, if I open myself up to him and get close to him, that he's just going to be like everyone else.
Okay. So, definitely one thing you want to change is just being able to change your view on love and be able to maybe not base your relationship with Hercules on your past relationships.
Yes. Because that's not fair.
Right.
Hercules is a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And he hasn't done anything for, me to treat our relationship or whatever it might be. It's not his fault. So I'd like to get past that for sure.
Okay. Well, I want to try something, and this is probably going to be a little strange, but just go with me on this, okay? So let's say that you left here tonight, you went home, went to sleep, and you woke up tomorrow morning, and a miracle had taken place overnight, and everything was perfect. Everything was the way you wanted it to be. Okay? So let's just imagine this. So what would be the first sign to you that something had changed?
That reserve would probably not be there, and I would just wake up with with happiness and just like that desire to be with that person and to see that person. Because right now I'm scared.
Okay.
And so I want to get rid of that fear and just to feel free, I guess. Free to love.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay. And what would maybe somebody else, if you have like another close friend that you've been sharing this with, or maybe even Hercules, what would be the first sign to either one of them that something had changed?
I think they would see a happier me. They would be able to, because, in the past, when I have had, what I thought was going to be successful relationships, it did cause, like, happiness because I felt like I was getting past what I was going through, and people could see that there was a difference in me. So I think I would be a lot happier, and people would notice that.
Okay. Yeah, so I've definitely heard you say, both you and someone else might be able to recognize that you were more happy if a miracle did happen. So I guess I'm just curious, what are some times that you do feel happy? Maybe even before all this with Hercules began, what are some things that make you happy or that you feel happy when you're doing?
When I'm with my friends, of course, we've talked about this before. My family life is not there. It used to be, but I struggle with that. But when I'm with my friends and doing what I love, and that's just being outside and being kind of adventurous, that's probably when I'm at my happiest.
Okay. And do you find yourself being able to do that now and just taking time to take a break from maybe all this kind of stress that you're feeling with everything going on with Hercules?
Yeah.
Being able to just kind of step away from that.
Yeah, I do. I try to do that more. I do find myself sometimes throwing myself a bit of a pity party. But for the most part, when I force myself to get out there and do the things that I love, it does overshadow all those scary feelings and emotions that tend to come up when I think about me and Herc.
Right. Okay, yeah. So saying, just kind of going back to this whole idea of like a miracle happening. Let's say that, when you did wake up in the morning, that miracle, changing your life, making everything like the way you want it to be, on a scale of 1 to 10, that miracle is a 10, okay? And then the 1 is like, obviously everything's like awful, terrible, you want it to be completely different. So where would you say right now on that scale, with 10 being the best, where you are right now with everything going on?
I would say maybe like a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a 5.
Because it's like I feel myself opening up and like wanting to, but then at the same time, there's a big presence of that fear and that reserve. And so I'd say I'm about halfway.
Okay.
Halfway where I'd like to be.
Okay. And what do you think would be one thing that could help you move up the ladder to maybe a 6? What would be something that would
I think talking about it more.
Okay.
I tend to be very standoffish, and not just with people like Hercules, but with a lot of people. So I think if I open myself up more to just other people and meeting other people, and not being such a, I guess like a loner, that would probably help me take a step in the direction that I would like to go.
Okay. Do you have any ideas how you might be able to do that and get more involved in something, or?
You could think about, community, I guess, would be a good thing to find something, whether it be, working with, kids that play outside, or, just stuff that we do, something like that. I think community would probably help.
Okay.
Take the focus off of me so much.
Right. Is there anything in specific that you could think of now that maybe you could try in the next few weeks? Anything that maybe you've wanted to do and just haven't, maybe because you are alone?
Hercules participates in these battle things.
Okay.
I don't really know. He briefly shared, but there's so many people at these things, and I guess I could try to go to something like that and maybe see how that goes. I've never been, but I hear they're pretty epic.
Yeah.
They're pretty awesome. So maybe I could go watch him. do something and meet people and help out even.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know what you would help out with at
but
these Greek battles, but, you know, whatever.
Right.
I could probably try that.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that definitely sounds like something that, I mean, it's outside. You said you love being outside. And,
I do love that.
Maybe you could get some friends together and you guys could go and, just make like a day of it. And that might be really good for you.
I think that would be. Might be a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently he fights some pretty crazy things.
Yeah.
There's like this one 3-headed thing that was, I don't even know. He briefly shared that. I don't even know. So I don't know. I think I'd be really, really scared. But also, I think it'd be really good. Because that's part of his life, his culture, and probably should just open myself up to going and experiencing it.
Yeah.
So, okay. I think I'll try that.
Good. And then just as far as, talking about it, I've heard you mention a few times, your friends. Do you feel like that might be helpful? Do you feel like you could talk to them about this and maybe that would kind of help maybe open things up a little bit for you?
I think I could. I think they might be a little standoffish at first because it's not really me. It's not really who I am to open up to people, but I could probably try it with maybe one of them and see how that goes maybe.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Yeah. Good. Well, how do you feel, just kind of coming to the end of our time together, how do you feel this time has gone? Or do you have any questions about anything that we've talked about, or any what we might do in the future? Or?
I feel good. I feel like it's promising.
Okay.
I feel like if we spent, had some more sessions on just me talking about the things that I've went through and really maybe, talking through those things, so it will help me get past it and talk about ways to just not let those things affect me anymore. I think that this will be good for me.
Yeah.
If I could just open up even more to you, because this is new for me. So, I think that would be, I feel like there's hope, I guess, in me getting through this.
Good.
And finding love with maybe Hercules, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely, like we talked about your scale, and like right now you're at a 5. And, obviously everything's not going to be perfect when you wake up tomorrow. But, we do want to do everything we can to keep bumping you up that scale. So, I definitely think it would be awesome for you to try some of the things we've talked about, and then we can kind of recap next time when we get together.
Okay.
If that sounds good.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Well, Meg, thank you for coming in. I hope you have a good week. I'll see you next time. Okay?
Thank you.